Testing, testing. Are we live? Chadwick, good to see you, brother. Let me just get this live stream set up and we'll be good to go. And I'm going to have to, looks like I'm going to have to tweet out the live stream again. Still can't go live on YouTube. I mean, X. Taylor, good to see you, brother. RPM. Peter, Johnny LV. Dave Nelson, Roger, good to see you guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's go. Battle of Bands TV. Houston Bob, Dealmaker, Neil Sutherland, Wesley Martin, Prosperous Pete, Simo, Taylor. The man, the myth, the legend, Mickle. Hope everyone's doing well. Chat's popping off early. Love to see that. Let's pull up the dollar. Let's take a look. I haven't gotten to take a look at it. I've been so busy today. Really haven't gotten to dive into markets. I think it's a good day not to dive into markets, honestly. Doesn't look like there's much going on in the positive direction, but just based off my initial looks, it looks like the XRP to Bitcoin ratio should be doing pretty well because I see Bitcoin's kind of falling off a cliff a bit. So we'll take a look at that. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the NBC interview. Yeah, a lot of people really like that. Appreciate you guys for showing support there. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely really cool. So appreciate all of you showing love on that NBC interview. Oh, awesome, Roger. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm glad you've been enjoying all the previous town halls, Roger. That's incredible. Awesome. That's great. It's good. I'm glad to know that you're starting to figure that out. I know Discord can be a little much at first, but there's really not a better place to do it than Discord. So once you get over the fact that Discord can be a little messy and start to get the utility out of it, it's awesome. I've become you guys should have seen my parents and the rest of my family when they saw me on NBC. They were freaking out. I was like, I hope you guys know that like probably a normal YouTube video probably gets more views than this NBC interview, but don't get me wrong, it was still amazing. It was still a lot of fun, and hopefully they'll bring me on more often. I would love to go on NBC whenever there's like a big announcement and they need someone to cover it. Insane. Mickle and Mickle Mob, how we doing? Awesome, awesome, awesome. I am doing great. I am doing excellent. Just excited to be up and running today. It's been a busy morning so far, but a good morning. Busy but good. Let's take a look at the dollar. Yeah, the dollar is plummeting. The dollar is plummeting. This is as anticipated. We were absolutely all over this. But you know, as much as I love to make the predictions, it's much nicer when things actually play out accordingly. And what we can see is we're getting a big breakthrough here. A big breakthrough here. This is something that was holding for a bit. Now, it is possible. It is possible that we do have some support at this level. It does look like this has kind of held us up a couple times. So we still got a little more ways to go, I believe, before we can really get in free fall territory. But I guess the range we're sort of watching now is just to see if we can break down below this that would really indicate to me that it's like crashing time, right? So we'll keep our eye on that. Ultimately, there's not a lot of question in my eyes what ends up happening. Legend in the chat? Who's in the chat? Oh, Weez, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Great to have you here, brother. Dude, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome. We got two legends. We got Silver Days and we got Wheezy. Good to have you, brother. Appreciate all the work you do, man. I know we all kind of have our own little niche in the XRP community. We all do different things, but your work does not go unnoticed here, and we appreciate you a lot. So yeah, what we're watching right now is obviously interest rates coming down. They haven't started yet, but they're being forecasted. The 5% to 3%, probably below 3%. I just say that conservatively, should be enough to really take XRP down for this next leg. And as we can see on the macro time frame, it just seems to be the general direction of where this chart is headed. This chart obviously has a bias lower. The highs are getting lower. The lows are getting lower. So we just see this downtrend continuing on the dollar, which ultimately is one of the best signs for the cryptocurrency market. So let's clean this up and take one more zoomed out view. And this is something we've been watching for probably a year now, honestly. It's probably been a year of watching this chart. And it seems like we're finally getting to the point where things are moving where we thought they would, which is pretty much the dollar retracing back down to these lower levels. We'll see. It's possible that this kind of 50 to 80 year pattern we've been watching on the dollar, it's possible that this changes and goes in a different direction, but I would guess probably unlikely based on history. Guys, if you're over on YouTube, make sure to drop a like on the stream. Super, super, super helpful. Super helpful. It goes a long way in helping more people see the stream, getting new people in the XRP community. It's pretty much the easiest thing you can do to make sure the XRP community is constantly pushing, making more outreach, and making sure we're just educating people on what the XRP ledger is and how it's going to be transformational to everything coming in the future. Let's take a look at XRP to BTC. I kind of thought this chart would be looking pretty decent. It is. The annoying thing is Bitcoin keeps selling off. It's like XRP to BTC is showing strength and Bitcoin just keeps going down, which is annoying to see. But ultimately, the good news is that XRP is obviously still continuing to put in green candles against Bitcoin. Looks like today is going to be another one. So good to see. Obviously, would rather Bitcoin go up and take some pressure off XRP, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that today. So regardless, it's still nice to see XRP really holding steady against Bitcoin and making positive ground. Do I have a prediction for this bull run? I don't think I necessarily have a price prediction, but I will say is if we get 150K Bitcoin, which I think is possible. I don't think 150K Bitcoin is out of the realm of possibilities, and XRP gets back up to some of these upper levels, we would be looking at about a $44 XRP. And I want to thank Taylor for bringing me the math on that one. This is the XRP to Bitcoin ratio. This would show XRP making progress against Bitcoin in terms of overvalued to undervalued. And if we got overvalued against Bitcoin when Bitcoin was trading at 150K, we could be looking at a $44 XRP. So it's not necessarily a price prediction. It's just showing something based on historical context I believe could happen. I think this chart makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Dave Nelson said, smash the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the amount of views on the stream are already skyrocketing. So really appreciate you guys doing that. It helps so much more than you could ever expect. Makes a massive difference in helping people see the stream. So really do appreciate that. And on the XRP price chart, we're just watching XRP consolidating within this thing. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer to the SEC date where they're going to have to appeal. No signs of any appeal yet. They get 60 days. I wish it was 30. I thought it was 30 at first. I wish it was 30, but they're going to make us wait until October to see whether or not we do get the appeal. I don't know. I get more and more confident with every passing day that there's not going to be an appeal, but obviously the SEC can be very unpredictable in what they choose to do. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Flavor.com, thank you for gifting the membership. Hard to believe it wasn't going to that range last cycle, if not for the lawsuit / delisting. I completely agree, Taylor. I completely agree. Welcome, Mick. Welcome, the new member. Who got it? I can't see who got the new member. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. SEC stole market cap and gave it to Solana. It will come to zero. Solana, yeah, I don't know if Solana is going to go to zero, but ultimately, I would rather be positioned in XRP than Solana any day. Oh, awesome. Appreciate that, Taylor. I will check that out right now. Don't see it coming through yet. Let me refresh real quick. You tagged me, Taylor? Do you tag me earlier today or? Oh, earlier this morning. I might have you re-tag me if I can't catch it here. Let me see. Oh, I burned my tongue eating lunch. Ugh. Yeah, Taylor, if you have a oh, wait. Oh, it's the meme. Okay. Cool. I got you. Cool. All right, this is XRP fear. I mean, Bitcoin fear and greed. Okay, wow. Definitely had a lot of fear right now on the Bitcoin chart. Overall, probably a very positive development. Obviously, it looks like we're probably around the corner from a nice greed cycle coming in. Awesome chart, Taylor. Awesome. So as we kind of see here, as greed comes back into Bitcoin, since we just got done with a lot of fear, as greed comes into Bitcoin, it's obviously going to bring a lot more money back into the market. Only 108 likes, guys. We have 318 watching. Let's try to get to 318 likes. Really appreciate all of you for helping out there. Did you see the news about legislation possibly coming from the Treasury and Fed making all cryptocurrency by 2025? I did see the Solana ETF halt. It seems like what they're trying to do is the SEC is now trying to call Solana a security. So that's the news there. I didn't see the news on the Fed and Treasury calling cryptocurrencies currency. I would be shocked if we saw that. That doesn't sound like to me something we're going to see, but happy to be wrong. The reason I don't think they're going to call them currency is because I don't think they're going to want to disrupt the dollar. Stephen, if you could tag me on that, that would be incredible. I'm yet to see that. Gensler might be headed to the Treasury under Kamala. Yikes. From what I understand, that wasn't necessarily a true rumor, but that would be bad. That would be very bad. Maybe when Gary Gensler's at the Treasury, he'll want to call everything currency. Who knows? Maybe he just wants power over it no matter what. He doesn't care if it's a security or commodity. He's going to start calling it a currency when he's at the Treasury.
Internet of value. We had an internet of data. It has changed the world, but it is missing that crucial component of moving value. So with the Interledger protocol and with Ripple software and using XRP, We've created an internet of value, an internet of value, an internet of value. We had an internet of data.
About how to scale. When we started working on Interledger, it was, I was thinking about how to scale XRP Ledger, and obviously, when you think about scaling any database, you're thinking about sharding, having more instances of it. And whenever you do that, one of the biggest challenges is like, okay, well, now you've got your data split up in these different silos. So how do you connect it back together? But then it doesn't stop there because, at the time I also thinking about how do we integrate with banks and their ledgers, right? And how do we integrate with all these legacy systems? And so we really started to try to think about interoperability holistically, right? Not, how do we solve interoperability for this like specific neighborhood, but for the world at large, right? And then that led us down the path to Interledger. But obviously that is a longer project. That's a bigger dream, a longer vision. And it takes time to, actually get when we.
Wheezy said Gensler has been wanting the treasury job. Emails begging Hillary for the spot. Oh boy. Huh. It looks like I lost my camera. I'm assuming you guys can still hear me. Let me see if I can fix this. Weird. Still hear me? I don't know. That's so weird. I don't know what just happened. Oh, I've been dumb. That's what it is. Okay. All better. All better. Let's take a look at the news real quick. Make sure we're not missing anything. Oh, awesome, Wheezy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Would love to see that. I feel like even if Gensler got the job, don't we still have legal clarity? Yeah, it's just that he would hold back the entire cryptocurrency industry. So he would probably try to do more to kind of destroy the industry at the treasury, and he has more power there. So he's can't necessarily screw over XRP more, but he could still screw over the industry. So it's just not great to see. Oh, this might be an interesting clip here.
Blah, 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 XRP. We've gone through this before. XRP, it's like from 2 bull markets ago. You might be right. You might love it forever. Just please move to whatever the strong momentum is. I know there's that fear in your head is this time it'll be the big one. You'll get plenty of notification. You get back in, but don't miss the bull market because you're in a narrative of past. I beg you, I've begged you and begged you, don't do this. And the communities are huge. And I feel like, and I don't want to get attacked by people online for this, but I just feel like you're being done a disservice by being in a cult. Our job is to be mercenaries. We're in the job to make money, not to be a cult. Cults don't make money except for the leaders. Be a mercenary. Lend out your capital.
I don't even know what he's talking about. He kind of just talks about like he's like a philosopher. Like it kind of got to a certain point. I'm like, what is he even saying here? All right, less interesting than I thought. I just saw XRP and thought he might be saying something interesting. He's ranting about, I don't know, things that I don't think really matter. What are you gonna do? What are my thoughts on Project Hamilton? I don't know if I have any thoughts on Project Hamilton, to be honest. Silver Day says no one trades my XRP. Do you think they'll ever tax unrealized gains? If so, would they ever give us a tax refund for all those all the unrealized losses? You'll never get the tax refund. I don't think they're going to tax unrealized capital gains. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, I just don't know know enough about it. Flavor. I could take a look, but just haven't had a chance to really study up on that. Oh, I know what he meant, but I don't know. I kind of disagree. It's important to have conviction. It's important that there's a smart community of people all working towards a similar goal. So I don't know. You can say don't fall in love with XRP, and that's what people said about like a lot of companies. And then those companies produce massive gains over time, and the people who fell in love with it were the ones who held through the entire investment cycle. So I think there's truth and there's not truth to it. Like, I don't think you should fall in love with an asset like hopelessly, but like so long as the fundamentals look good and your thesis is playing out, I don't really see much wrong with it. Oh, you just saw the NBC interview? Oh, that's awesome. 1 minute, guys. And what's up, Kawhi Girl? Got to break out the jug. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Clay. We know half of the crypto communities are mostly 80% is XRP holders and maxis. That's for most of us. And content comes in the crypto space. So of course, if somebody says something, yeah, I don't know. Golden Cross yesterday on XRP to USD. Not too many thoughts on Moe Finance. Seems interesting. I haven't taken. Maybe I can. Let me take a look. I did meet the guy from Moe Finance. Very, very, very nice guy. Oh, looks like they're doing a lot of the root integration. So they have the bridge from the root network to the XRP ledger. They've got pools, bridge, lending. Ooh, lending. Interesting. Looks interesting. I don't know enough about it, but platform looks pretty cool. Looks like it's still in the early days. But yeah, it looks like there's pretty nice rewards on USDC. 20%. Interesting. Crypto Clay, I'm buy XRP all the way to all-time high. Yeah, it's going to be a while before I stop actually buying XRP, but I'm just trying to take advantage of low prices. Oh, here we go. This is from Wheezy. Oh, yeah, Gary Gensler begging Hillary for SEC or Treasury. Wild. Yeah, that's where he wants to go. Hopefully he doesn't get there. Hopefully he does not get there. Justin, Feds face up to a million U.S. jobs vanishing in largest downward revision. Yeah, what they keep on doing is reporting good job numbers and then just revising them down and saying, oh, yeah, those jobs never happened. So ultimately, it's going to lead to rate cuts faster. Trump will win. Yeah, I hope so. Crypto needs that because unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the Democrats are changing their tune at all when it comes to crypto. Man, I feel so bad for people in my social group. They got completely slaughtered last bull run. They won't touch crypto with a 10-foot pole. They don't want to hear about anything crypto related. Oh, they'll be back. They'll be back. Once things starts pumping, they'll be back. Trust me. They'll be back at the worst time. When they're back, it's time to sell. When they're back, it's time to sell. I hate to say it, but that's just the way it goes. You want to know why Gary Gensler is the way he is? Take a look at Gary Gensler. This was Gary Gensler in high school. Don't want to be rude, but yikes. DXY still falling? We took a look at that earlier, Daniel, but pleasure to have you here, man. And we'll take a look right now, see if anything new is happening on the dollar. Oh, wow. Yeah, plummeting. Absolutely plummeting. It's funny that the markets are down today with the dollar coming down so significantly. You would have expected the rest of the market to be doing pretty well with the dollar coming down, but seems like it's a pretty broad-based sell-off. Does Ripple sell XRP to large institutions? And if so, do they do it through exchange, escrow, or some other way? Well, they release it from the escrow and then sell directly to an institution. So a little bit of both. They sell from their own personal holdings. Taylor said definitely important to get people get crypto friendly people in power, but this technology won't be denied. Taylor, I completely agree. Completely agree. If we get Fit 21 passed, crypto will be controlled mostly by the CFTC, not the SEC. Yeah, look, I believe that's the direction everything's going regardless. Like, I think the SEC has kind of been already pushed out of the ring. So I think that's fantastic news. And I don't see the SEC getting back in the equation. They've lost too much trust. Everyone who understands crypto and everyone going to be making rules on crypto is out with the SEC and in with the CFTC. And that was Gary Gensler's own fault. He created that paradigm. And yeah, I thought this was interesting, guys. I saw this and I was kind of shocked. I mean, I know these things were happening, but to actually read it is crazy. Back in November of 2017, Ripple actually held a gathering with more than 24 central banks from around the world to explore cryptocurrency. In 2017, 24 central banks with the International Monetary Fund there, and specifically showing how XRP could be used to connect different fiat currencies. So plans within plans, guys. That's just one of those things. I don't know. I look back at it. I'm just like, it's hard to imagine some of this stuff isn't pre-planned out. And reading that in 2017, getting the case, now XRP wins the case, has clarity. It's crazy stuff. It really is. If the SEC appeals, then Trump wins and fires Gary Gensler, the new SEC commissioner could easily drop the appeal. Yeah, absolutely. Or they would just settle the case. They would just settle it probably. I believe there's a lot of people who would just settle this case and move on. And I think that's certainly possible. It's one of the things I was talking about on Brad Kimes' show. I'm like, look, a lot of people are talking about this case going the distance now. A lot of people are talking about the potential worst case scenarios, but the truth is it's very likely we could have a completely different SEC chair and everything look completely different. Sean, I'm not a good person to do a video on wallets. Ultimately, I believe institutional custody is the best way to go. That's where my crypto is going to be custodied. So institutional grade custody is what I would say. And there's some great videos on there already of people who do wallets, but that's just not really what I do. I don't do the best reviews or tutorials. driving and chatting. Hey, drive carefully, Crypto Clay. Appreciate that, flavor.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's take a look at XP Market quick. See if anything interesting is going on there. DAP ranking, Magnetic, XRP Cafe, XP Market, Sologenic, DexFi on XRP Orchestra. AMM ranking, let's take a look at that. Looks like the Magnetic XRP pool is filling back up pretty quickly. NFT ranking, haven't taken a look at this. Okay, interesting. Token rankings. BTC on Bitstamp. And let's do XRP. One of the things that's been kind of slow recently is the amendments. Not a lot of amendments getting pushed forward recently. Would like to see that pick up. There's been like almost no movement on the amendments. Some of the amendments are DID. I think X-Chain Bridge is now scrapped. But a lot of these amendments have been pretty stagnant recently, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe just waiting for the AMM to prove itself a little longer before they push anything else through. I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but look at the dollar. Dollar is crashing here. Over the course of what, since July 24th, the dollar is down close to 5%, which is a big move for the dollar. Oh, awesome, Dave. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. That's great. BG has been pretty quiet since the Judge Torres ruling. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want to stir up the SEC at all. You know, I'm sure if there's a possibility that this case is over, he just wants to be nice and quiet until he knows if the SEC is appealing or not. Okay, so it looks like the SEC has rejected the Solana ETF, saying that they believe Solana is a security. So it looks like Solana could be next on the SEC's path. What do I think about Evernode? Evernode's a project I'm pretty excited for. Definitely going to get involved in Evernode at some point. Looks like XRP is doing a nice little recovery as well. We'll jump into that in a minute. Just do Evernode real quick. The problem with Evernode right now is just like the chart. Like there's just no rush for me to get into it. As we can see, it's just on a big selling spree. That will end eventually, and Evernode will kind of even out, but just not in a rush to get into it. That's the biggest thing I see people do. A lot of people just rush in. Like there's no reason to rush in. Like just wait. Yeah, they did say Solana was a security in this in the Coinbase ruling, but then they pulled it out of Binance. So I was a little iffy if they would give up on Solana, but it looks like they're sticking with being anti-Solana. Yeah, so I like Evernode a lot. The technology's great. I believe it's going to be a long-term winner, but until we get out of this selling cycle, it's just yeah, I just don't think there's a rush, right? We's like I think average in, take your time. This chart will find a bottom eventually, and then that will be the time to really start working in. But I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for uphold listing. Uphold listing will add buy volume. I just need more places, quality places to buy it. Solana, yeah, I believe Solana could be the next to get a Wells notice. I mean, based off the SEC rejecting the application, I mean, that is not a good look for Solana. I wouldn't be surprised if Solana was the next on the SEC's hit list. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Seems like everything's kind of pointing to that direction. I only hold XRP and XDC. Swiss Gold accepts XRP payment. Check Google. Huh. Gave that a check in a bit. Oh, man. Check the news. What's the deadline with the SEC for Ripple? We'll go over that in a second. I think I was supposed to look up something else after Evernode, too. I think someone said something, and I was going to look it up and forgot. Oh, I think it was the XRP price chart. I think it was. Yeah, I got a nice green candle coming in here. It's a good sign. Would love to see a big recovery there. October 7th is the date. October 7th is the date. Doubtful the SEC is not going to sue Solana, but continue to sue Ripple. Their worst case by far. I'm from the Jake Claver school, only hold XRP. It's not a bad way to do it. I question if I want to also do that, but I don't know. I just don't want to create the tax implication of selling off some of my assets. So I don't know. Probably just let it ride as it is. October 6th, October 7th. Yeah, one of those two dates. So if we put a chart up of XRP, it's kind of crazy. Kind of just pointing to this date. Let's see. October 7th is here. So yeah, that's the date we're watching. So if Ripple uses the escrow for institutional sales, will it or will it not affect the XRP price? Can we track when XRP is pulled out of escrow? Yeah, all of that stuff is visible on chain, and it does impact XRP's price, just not right away. Price is just supply and demand. So if you're getting rid of supply, that would ultimately hit the secondary market, which would be Ripple's escrow XRP, and you are putting that in the hands of an institution, then that's less XRP that will be sold later on. So it always affects the price. Buying directly from an exchange affects it in the short term, and buying from the escrow affects it over the long term. So both are possible. Both have an impact. It's just that buying off an exchange, I guess I would say, is a more immediate impact. Jason said XRP is what allowed me to retire in 2008 at age 31. Sold my entire bag at $2.50. Bought at 6 cents. I have since bought another big bag, waiting to retire again. Jason, that's incredible. Raw Paul is just pissy as he's a big Solana investor. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that. Yeah, I like Raw Paul, but I don't know. Seems like a lot of what he says is like nonsense. It's like he goes on these like long rants of like nothingness, and you kind of just sit there and you're like, did I actually just like learn anything from what you just said, or did you just like did you just preach to me? Nothing against him though. I do appreciate his investing style, to be honest. I like his investing style. I generally like him. It's just definitely one of the smarter people in the space. I'll give you that, Crypto Clay, but sometimes I wonder if that's really saying that much. He's 100% in Solana. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that might be a little much for me. 100% in Solana seems a little risky for a network that barely works half the time, but who knows? Maybe he ends up being right. Taylor, Coinbase is killing us a little bit, huh? Down 5% today. Oh, Dave, I would absolutely love that. I think we're at least gonna start pushing up against the $10 mark and higher, but right 3 digits. I would love to see it, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. The thing that I don't think a lot of people understand is just how parabolic XRP can get. When XRP breaks out, I think you can very quickly get to like that $40 to $80 mark without much effort. And when I say not much effort, that's probably still take like that'll probably still take like 4 to 5 months to achieve, but it's still relatively quick in terms of cryptocurrency. Because if we take a look at the XRP price chart, back in 2017, from when the pump started to the end, it's about 329 days. So it looks like it happened like all in one candlestick, but it was pretty long. The XRP's previous consolidation from 2013 to 2017 was 1,300 days. And currently our consolidation is 2,400. So twice as long on the consolidation, twice as high in price. If we got twice as high in price to account for the twice as long of a consolidation, well, maybe that's getting a little unrealistic. That would put us at about 142,000, which now this chart's starting to look a little stupid. So we'll cut it off on the first one. Yeah, the dollar is taking a beating. I'm surprised that the rest of the markets aren't performing with the dollar getting nuked. I thought we would see more money flowing into the cryptocurrency market with what's happening to the dollar right now. I think ultimately it's going to happen. I think today is just too much shock. I think there's a lot of shock to the dollar, and that's spilling over into most other things. Hello from Texas, JR. Good to see you. Can you give an overview of capital tax consideration? Dollar cost averaging, first in, first out. Yeah, I mean, generally you just want to hold coins for more than a year and then make sure when you're selling, if you do want to sell, you're selling the coins that you held for over a year. I mean, other than that, there's really not much more to it. You can try to stay under the capital gains threshold, which I believe is 46,000 of sales. I think a lot of people are going to be above that. So it's really just making sure you hold longer than a year to make sure you are getting long-term capital gains. All-time high today. That would be incredible. I mean, the dollar is doing what we needed. Now we just need XRP and the rest of the cryptocurrency market to do what we need. The dollar is getting killed, which is all part of the forecast. Now it's just about getting some positive momentum into XRP. Take a look at the hour. It's trying to recover, though. It's trying to recover. Would love to see a big green candle back up to above 61. Nice reversion in price would be amazing. Solana doesn't have Ripple pushing its adoption. Yeah, Solana just seems kind of like a hot mess to me. It seems like everyone likes Solana because of the price action. But other than that, like, I don't know why anyone would like Solana. So it's more of just like, oh, it goes up, so I like it, rather than any kind of real reason to like it in terms of institutional in terms of institutional use cases. So don't get XLM. It's just a fork with half the supply burnt. What's the rationale to holding both? Similar price action, in my opinion. It's better to double down on XRP. I agree. Some people like to hold both. I would rather just hold XRP than XRP and XLM. I agree with the points you made, to be honest. It's like they move the same anyway. In my opinion, XRP has more adoption. So why would I want XLM? But there's probably other reasons for holding XLM as well. It is crazy though. They have pretty much almost the same chart, which is fascinating in my opinion. I'd like to take a look at XRP against Bitcoin real quick. Can you imagine the institutional grade blockchain also being a meme degen chain? Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. No, I cannot see that, Roger. So yeah, so ultimately, this is what I believe is going to cause the XRP to Bitcoin ratio get up to close. Is XRP pulling up to these current prices, which would be a... Let's see what it takes. About a 217% move. Let's take a look at what that means for XRP. About $2 to catch up. $2 and is back on par with Bitcoin. I think we could get there extremely quickly. Yeah, it slowed for the short term, but I think we catch back up. All right, guys, I got to run. Thank you so much for coming. We'll get big news eventually. Maybe it's good we haven't had good news, consider I'm locked out of live stream on X. Guys, thank you so much for coming. You guys are all incredible. We'll be back tomorrow. For now, Mikkel out.